Hello again, friends. Rosie here. We're gonna be doing a part two to the Twins guide that we've kind of been starting here on this channel. I don't know how much there actually is to say, but if you have not seen part one, do check it out. It is on my channel. We're going to be repeating a few things from part one just as a reminder, but mostly I'm gonna try to keep the stuff from part one in part one. So watch part one, but today we're going to be going over the latch mechanic in more detail. We've already highlighted why it's pretty garbage in the last video, but the thing I'm going to reiterate is this. We're going to be reiterating that you spawn in here as Charlotte, and the four survivors spawn here, 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 and you don't really want to be going. Oh, crap. You don't really want to be sending Victor out and having him make this early patrol here and then latch onto a survivor like that. Because if you do that, we'll repeat this again, the game will teleport you all the way back to Charlotte, which is bad. You give up so much map pressure by doing this. This is very, very bad. If you do this on the Twins, you're going to lose a lot of matches because it's just you're never going to actually secure it down like that. So never send out Victor at the very, very beginning of the game because you're going to have some serious problems. In situations like that, the latch mechanic is very, very garbage. Okay? Like, before you get all the injures on the board, you want to be keeping Charlotte and Victor close together, okay? You want the basic attacks to be dealt with through Charlotte for Sloppy Butcher. That being said, though, it is a fact that Charlotte is baseline 115 killer, and 115 killer can struggle getting hits, especially against good players. So it is very, very tempting to learn how to optimize the latch because, like all bad mechanics, it does have some niche uses that, if taken advantage of correctly, can result in some pretty quick downs. And we're going to be going over a few of them right now. Okay, so let's talk about another thing that's kind of like bad. Okay, so one play that you'll see people doing is as Charlotte, you're here, and the survivor will be here, will be like next to you, and then there's going to be a pallet. Like, let's just say they drop the pallet or something, and there's like let's just say I know what we'll say. We'll say a long wall. Shit, I don't want to do that. Don't want to. Yeah, okay. And then there's kind of I did it again, bro. There's kind of Charlotte's the. Well, can yellow be seen? Yeah, yellow can be seen. There's kind of a long wall, short wall tile right there with the pallet dropped. Okay, or even no, just no pallet dropped. No pallet dropped. Okay, it can be very tempting to move Charlotte over right here and then deploy Victor right here, okay? Now, if you're getting the down, like, this can be very good. However, there's some weaknesses to it with the latch, because again, if you latch, let's just say you push the survivor this way. The survivor runs up when they see you deploy Victor, okay? You chase with Victor up here, get the latch, and then this survivor is going to use their free speed boost that they get, and then Charlotte has an additional 3-second wake up timer. So anybody who knows what they're doing is going to be dashing off this way out of sight. Okay, so you're going to lose a lot of distance. Now again, there are some niche uses where you could get the killer instinct to find another survivor and then break chase and get another free hit to apply the sloppy butcher. But remember, you are baseline 115, so without Victor, you are a lot weaker. Okay, so that's kind of a situational play. I mean, if you think you can get them, like, go for it, but that's just something that people do. It's much easier to do this kind of tactic when the person is injured to secure the down, so you don't risk losing Victor for 45 seconds. Okay? But they have all that distance, okay? So that's key to understanding why the latch is kind of bad in all the other positions. And then, of course, like the aforementioned going too far and then latching, you're not going to get any reward off of it. But if you are, let's just say, at the corner of the map, all right, let's say, I'm trying to think of a tile. Let's say it's late game, okay? There's a survivor fully healed in the killer shack with no god palette, okay? So they're at shack. So let's draw shack real fast. We'll do shack in blue. The palettes are usually blue. Let's do shack. Okay, so shack is... Okay, that is way too big. So let's do shack. Shack is at the corner of the map. You have the box, palette right there, but it's been used. And then the window, I'll just do that in blue as well. The window, that's kind of big, but whatever. Okay, so there's Killer Shack. Very, very shitty, but you have Shack. Okay, there is a generator in here, right here. Let's say you're at Ormond or something, or I think Father Campbell's has it, or Disturb Ward have it in the corner as well. Any place with the Shack in the corner. Okay, and then even like at other, like maybe some Autohaven maps that don't have Shack in the corner, this is even easier to do. Or Macmillan, that maybe has a corner with just a hill on it. Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's just say you're at Shack. No palette, all they have is the window, okay? And then you as Charlotte know that they're in there. So there's a survivor right here, just on the gen. You as Charlotte know they're in there. You're coming up this way. You know they're in there, okay? So you can kind of set yourself up right here. And then you deploy Victor right here. Boom. Did not hit it, bro. It's a very bad indicator. You deploy Victor right here. Victor goes in. And again, it's Shack, so it's kind of a strong, but let's just say the survivor runs out this way. You follow him as Victor with your huge increased movement speed. And, Jesus Christ, this app is so bad. And then you get the latch right here, okay? They can now only go two realistic directions. They can either go this way or this way, okay? You as Charlotte, stationing yourself right here, you can now react to whatever which way they're going and get the free down either here or here. And then, of course, if they vault Shack, well, I mean, all they have is that window to work with, and that's significantly weaker without that palette. So, yeah, this tile right here is very easy to play around. And then you have Victor to like make your mind games even easier because his streaks are directional. So, if you hit them in the corner of the map, that latch can actually net you a free down. It's very, very situational, but again, when you have 115 killer, it's good to know how to optimize every resource you have, and that is something that you can do to net yourself a free kind of little cheesy down. The other place, although we were just talking about Shack, the reason we did Shack is because the other place that I found that this kind of works in is the basement. Okay, so let's erase all this, and let's get a hypothetical basement scenario here. Okay. So let's just say you can pretty much do this anywhere. So I could have left the Shack drawing up, but whatever. Let's just say, let's do this like 2D, like 3D. Yeah, let's just do it at different perspectives. You're Charlotte right here. You're at the top of the stairs of basement. Basement's down here. And there's whenever you're doing this, there's probably gonna be two survivors down there because you already have basement. Okay, so what you can do to like make sure you retain basement when you know someone's down there with Charlotte, because there's always gonna be two survivors, so there's gonna be a survivor. Get here. Okay, now you have two choices here. If you're controlling Victor, you don't have a tear radius, so you can down the other person as well because you don't have your tear radius. So, but you might risk getting hit by DS, and then, the whole thing's just a mess. So another option that you have is you can get the rescuer. You can latch onto the rescuer right here. Rescuer goes up the stairs, and then you're Charlotte, you're waking up, you're right there, boom, secure the down right here to bring them back down, hook them right back there. So if you need to, like, for some reason, I mean, you could also, of course, go for the guy that just got unhooked. I mean, you'll be called a tunneler if you do that, but you can attack the guy who just got unhooked, and then you'll probably get kicked by the other guy, and then you can just take your basic attack with Charlotte and then try to down them that way. So you have options in the basement. You can either go for the 1-2 down right there, or you can go for the unhooker. The 1-2 down is not too bad, And then, like, here's the thing. If you get the 1-2 down, because here's why I think getting the rescuer instead of the guy who just got rescued is better. Because if you do that, if you get the rescuer, okay, you have Victor latching on to the rescuer like this. Rescuer goes up here. Rescuer goes up here. Ooh, you down them. Yeah, this is kind of ugly, but you down them. This is kind of ugly. Yeah, let's get rid of that. So, well, we don't need the yellow. We'll just put Charlotte right here. 2 survivors. Basement, basement. Victor comes down. Okay, here's the other scenario. Victor comes down the stairs. Victor latches onto the rescuer. They both are coming up the stairs, right? The guy who just got off the hook already is injured. Okay, so they're coming. So you latch on with Victor. It goes back to Charlotte. Charlotte goes down, intercepts the 2 right here. Okay, intercepts the 2 right here. Boom. Charlotte gets the down on the rescuer right there. This clown still has to come up the stairs, and you're still in the way, so you can easily down both of them. If you can pull off that 1-2 play right there, you can get 2 downs, and one of them is a free hook, the other is a slug, which then you can, like, if you get the 1-2 down, Victor's going to be back on you, so you can just deploy Victor to guard that slug while you as Charlotte advance out. Or you can send, depending on game state, if someone's injured, like if the other 2 teammates are injured, you have Charlotte guard the slug, and then you send Victor to move out. Okay? Now, those are the 2 main uses of the latch. I would like to reiterate once again that the latch mechanic is bad. It's built into the character to make them worse, and it's doing a fantastic job of that. Because if Victor was just immune to stuns after hitting the survivor and there was no latch, Victor could down a survivor in like 10 seconds. Okay, like it would be pretty insane what they could do if that mechanic wasn't there. Okay, so their entire play, you genuinely want to be working an entire match around how not to like use it. However, since Charlotte is 115, if you can squeeze out a niche cheese down with it, take it, because you will get a massive reward for fast downs, and those are some of the fastest downs the Twins can do. The fastest down that they can do to a healthy survivor is a situation like that. It's very niche, and if you go for this kook consistently at bad places you shouldn't go for it, you can easily lose control of the game. Because Victor's stuff is, especially on healthy survivors, Victor can't track healthy survivors at all. So if you don't have a visual, it's very easy to even lose them during the deploying animation where you deploy. So like Victor genuinely wants to be chasing injured survivors. Don't send Victor out after a healthy survivor unless they are basically stuck. Because even if they like here's another scenario. I know we're trying to talk about the latch, but like, well, I want one more topic we can go into. I'll just call it latch and kicking Victor. A lot of the survivors like don't get that kicking Victor is not something you want to be doing while Charlotte is nearby. Now again, there are some rules that break this. Obviously, if Charlotte is like over a pallet, like you pallet stun Charlotte and Victor's right there, then you can kick Victor. But like if you kick Victor, Charlotte doesn't take the 3-second stun that she normally gets. So like if you're okay, well, somebody made this mistake at Larry's today. Jane did. Okay, there were 2 survivors, but here was the situation. Okay, it was that loop by the exit at Larry's. Okay, there was like a boom, boom, and then the pallet was down already. Okay. So and then Charlotte was right here. Okay, and then Victor was like right here. He had just downed a survivor. He downed, I believe it was a Jane or Kate. It was one or the other, or it might have even been a Yui. The point is, I had a survivor down right here. The survivor's teammate was injured, came up right behind us, and kicked Victor. She kicked Victor. The game took me back to Charlotte, and I came over here and instantly just got them. So if you see a survivor kick Victor like that, you can easily get a punish if they're close together. Kicking Victor is only an unappealing option. Kicking Victor is only an appealing option if Charlotte can't do jack shit about it. If they kick Victor with Charlotte right next to you, you can easily punish that survivor for it with an injure or something else, which or with an injure or down. Which again, injures are like still good because it's not like when Victor gets kicked, he's out of the game for very long. He's out of the game for maybe 5 seconds, so you can deploy him again. Like kicking Victor is not worth it in that situation, and the survivors will often get themselves killed if they even try. Okay, so that's kind of the two main topics. I know that second one was just kind of I'll probably cover that again maybe in a future guide on the twins. But those are like the two main situations on how the latch mechanic can actually be useful to you because it's mostly just a hindrance in 99% of situations. But in those two, the basement and the corner of the map, that's where you really want to be using it. There's like 5 viable places on each map for you to actually get a 1-2 down with the twins. And so, yeah, that when you have 115, if you see a place for that, take it. It can really be rewarding.